For latest updates, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon.
Hello everyone, my name is Viren Dayal. I'm a custom broker and a logistics skill council certified trainer in customs law and applied rules and regulations. So today's topic I've chosen is on drawback. To give you a background note, to draw back or to take back duties, taxes which are incurred in manufacturing the goods in India, and the goods instead of being sold in Indian market are exported, and therefore government gives you back a rebate known as drawback, that is drawing back. The main purpose or the main aim of the government when we export goods is to export goods but do not export taxes. This is one of the concepts of drawback. The other concept is that when you import goods into India and you have filed a bill of entry or documents for home consumption, that means you pay the duty and you clear the goods from the customs area, and then later on when the goods reach your factory or your godown, you find out that they have been not correctly supplied or maybe they are defective. Or you take the goods into operation like a printing press or maybe a shutterless machine, shutterless loom, weaving machine, and so on. And after some time it does not function properly and the seller or the supplier tells you to return it back to him. In such cases, you can re-export the goods which are imported into India and have although been used or not been used. And this concept of drawback is covered under section 74. So section 74 is the first section I'll be talking about, and the rules made thereunder when goods are re-exported after they have been imported into India. Re-export of imported goods, drawback of custom duties rules 1995 were made to give effect to the concept of drawback under section 74 of the Customs Act 1962. The scope of the section and the rules is that drawback here would include refund of all the duties you have paid under the Customs Act 1962 or the Customs Tariff Act 1975. This will be returned to us by way of drawback if we fulfill certain criteria. Namely, the goods are imported into India and the importer files a bill of entry for home consumption and pays a duty thereon. Later on, when the goods are to be re-exported, the proper officer, that is the ACO, the DC, is satisfied regarding the identity of the goods which are imported and is also satisfied that the goods are going out from India for which a shipping bill has been filed and duty has been paid upon importation, which has also been verified by the proper officer. So these two criteria, the duty has been paid upon importation and the identity of the goods are established at the time of re-export from India, the exports are allowed from India, and drawback is given back of 98% of the duty paid at the time of importation. As an example, if you have paid 10 lakh rupees of duty, you get back 98%, that is 9,80,000, and 2% duty is generally not given to the importer because the administrative costs and other establishment expenses which are incurred in giving back the drawback. Also, it's important to know that to obtain 98% drawback under section 74, the goods should not be taken into use and the time limit given is 2 years. And therefore, if I have to claim 98% duty drawback, I have to ensure that the goods are not taken for use, the same goods are going out of India, are being re-exported back from India, and I have paid a duty of customs, and I shall get back 98% as a duty drawback. In the second scenario, where I have taken the goods for use even for 1 day, then the government of India has taken out notification that I will get depreciated drawback of a time slab of 0 to 3 months. I get 95%. If I use the goods from 3 to 6 months, I get 85%. 6 to 9 months, then I get 75%. 9 to 12 months, 70%, 12 to 15 months, 65%, and 15 to 18 months, 60%. So depending upon how much goods I have taken for use, I will get a depreciated drawback, and after 18 months, there is no provision for any refund under these rules. And therefore, after 18 months, you cannot claim any drawback. Re-export of imported goods, customs duty rules 1975 also stipulate certain rules that if you are re-exporting by post, then within how many days and what is the procedure to be followed at the post office, How do you identify the goods? If there's a deficiency memo, you have to reply to the deficiency memo, and after that only the goods can be, the drawback can be given. Then the rules also say that when you're not exporting by post but you're exporting by sea or air, then certain statements and declarations have to be made on the shipping bill as re-export of goods under section 74 or section 74 drawback and so on. And certain types of documents like invoice, packing list, bill of lading, duty paid, challan, the reason why the goods are going back, all that is also attached at the time of claiming the drawback from the drawback department. Similarly, it may happen that an importer may receive erroneous drawback or surplus drawback. In such cases, Rule 7 of the drawback rules say that this drawback, the excess drawback received or the erroneous drawback received, must be returned back to the government along with interest at the rate of 15%. And if not done, then it becomes arrears of land revenue, and recovery proceedings against that person can be taken under the provisions of section 142 of the Customs Act. To conclude, drawback under section 74 is available to importers who import goods and pay duty at the time of importation and either take the goods into use or do not take the goods into use. Accordingly, drawback is sanctioned under the provisions of section 74 and these rules which are made in this regard.
For detailed learning of all logistics subjects, visit www.logivader.com.